Hi, this is Starkie Sowers, Director of Education for Clark's Nutrition and Natural Foods Market. Today I'm coming to talk to you about what we call at Clark's the house label vitamins. Kind of a unique product line if you think about it. We've had this product line in development, so to speak, for the last probably 35, 40 years. And you think, well, wait a minute, how long has Clark's been around? Well, Clark's has been around since 1972. And what happens with a private label vitamin company is we actually have manufacturers that manufacture products for us. And boy, the development and the change in this world has really been dramatic in the last probably 5 to 10 years. And one of the things that's happened in the last 5 years is the manufacturing process now has to follow what we call GMP, or Good Manufacturing Principles guidelines. So what this does is it requires the people that manufacture vitamins for us to follow very stringent and good quality control methods to bring us an actual product that is consistent and reliable each and every time. And so what's unique about it is, I like to say in this particular product line, we've got stuff that comes from the 30s all the way to the new millennium. And you say, well, what do you mean by that? So you think about back in the 30s and back, before actually vitamins were really put into a tablet, we had what we call concentrated foods. Stuff like brewer's yeast tablets or brewer's yeast powder, liver tablets, and rice bran syrup and things of that nature. And what's neat about the Clark's label is we've been able to actually retain things like that. Alfalfa tablets, kelp tablets. Those particular items we've retained in our product line and our mix, so to speak, for the last 30 some odd years. At the same time, throughout all sorts of moments in the last 30 or 40 years, there's been things that are really like maybe popular. And I think one of the ones that just kind of comes to thought is coral calcium. And a lot of you guys might remember coral calcium. Dr. Bob Barefoot was running around and talking about coral calcium, and he made it really popular in the 90s, and everyone was taking it, and it was a great product. And well, it's almost hard to find on the shelf nowadays, but guess what? That's right. It's in the Clark's label. And so that's what I call the retention factor of the Clark's private label or house label, as we like to call it, vitamin line. Because what it does is it puts us in a very unique category where we not only retain the past, but we also look forward to the future with some new items. And with that in mind, we're going to talk about a few new items in a moment, but I want to just bring you into another thing real quick. One of the points that has been so popular with the house brand vitamins for the last 30 some odd years is the price. We buy some very, very high volume things such as vitamin E, and we've always got it at the latest, greatest market price. Vitamin C, always at the latest, greatest market price. We've always got either a multivitamin or more than a multivitamin that's in our arsenal at a great price as well too. Sorry about that. In addition though, one of the things that we do have also is we have an exceptionally broad spectrum when it comes to multivitamins. We've got 13 plus different types of multivitamins. We've got stuff with whole food base. We've got items that are for females. We've got items that are for males. So this particular product line has a huge base in it as well. So when you start looking for a quality multivitamin, or when you start looking for individual vitamins such as vitamin B1 or vitamin C, look to Clark's Nutrition's private label as maybe a great starting point for you not only to be able to find a good price, but also be able to find good quality. With that in mind, we've got a couple new products, and right off the top of the list, we've got a couple new B-complex vitamins. And they're in capsule, and at the same time we went into a veggie capsule. We've got the traditional 50 and 100 milligram B vitamins, and as you look through the panels on that, it's going to give you those proportions of B1, B2, B3, B6, 50 milligrams right down the line. Probably the most popular potency chosen by most individuals when it comes to the B vitamins. The next one is the B100, and that B100, once again, in those proportions, B1, B2, B3, 100 milligrams consecutively right down the line. So once again, that particular product's in a veggie capsule as well. So one of the coolest things that I just ended up taking before this event was what we call sustained release 5,000 micrograms B12. Has a tendency to give you a little bit of energy. Love the mental alertness pickup. There's some great benefits for cardiovascular health with B12. It's a favorite among athletes, especially for individuals kind of help to nourish the blood. This particular one is definitely not a chewable. It is definitely a swallow one, and it's a continuous release in the stomach. Another one of my favorites that we brought up this particular time as well too is a new ascorbate buffered vitamin C. So this particular vitamin C is buffered, so it's not so acidic, and it's been buffered with calcium, magnesium, and potassium. So you've got a little bit of electrolytes in there. You've got the calcium and magnesium, which not only helps to buffer it, but also helps to increase the bioavailability of vitamin C into the gastrointestinal tract and into the bloodstream. Great product. Been using this myself for the last couple months. Really thoroughly enjoying it. One of the neatest things that I did years ago is this next product, and we actually carried this particular product way back in the days, probably in the early 80s, from another manufacturer at the time. And what it is, it's a combination of vitamin E and selenium. You can't go any better than that. A lot of folks like to take additional vitamin E. What's neat about this particular product is it's got some selenium with it. I definitely have been using this as well for the last couple months, loving every minute, because selenium is great not only for prostate health, but also there's been some recent research that links selenium deficiency to possible increases of certain types of diseases. So I feel really good when I take this, not necessarily from the feel-good energy perspective, but I feel like I'm just adding a little bit to the life insurance policy, so to speak. So great product, soft gel. It's got some lecithin in it, so it really increases the absorption of the vitamin E. Definitely one on the top on the list for me, and I've been using it, loving every minute of it. Another unique thing that we've got is a whole new line of chelated minerals. We've got calcium by itself, we've got calcium and magnesium together, we've got magnesium by itself, we also have manganese chelated as well too, and we've got a couple other new ones that are coming in, such as zinc. And so what's unique about this is these are actually the Albium Processing Company multi-chelated, quote unquote, mineral line. And so what does it mean, first of all, to be chelated? So what a mineral does is when you actually ingest minerals, whether it be from a food source or an inorganic source, what it does is it wants to latch onto something. And so in this particular arena, what happens is they've actually taken proteins, specifically like the amino acid glycine, and they've bound the two of them together. So what happens in that particular application is it makes them much more bioavailable. The body will really take in that protein, and it kind of drags that mineral in with it. So this particular line of true amino acid chelates by Albumin Laboratories brings probably one of the highest quality mineral products available to Clark's Nutrition's private label product. And that would just give you like just a final note. When it comes to quality, we have definitely been going to the extra mile on the Clark's products to bring you some very unique individual and also multivitamin type products. So once again, when you're looking for your multivitamin or single vitamins or mineral needs, I think the Clark's Nutrition private label actually is a great starting place to start with. So once again, this is Starkie Sowers, Director of Education for Clark's Nutrition and Natural Foods Market. Thanks for coming.